You're watching Experience Comic Culture and Sales, streaming live daily to Facebook, YouTube, Twitch, and Twitter.
Let there be light. Look at this. It's like a spotlight's on me. I'm loving this right now. Trying to, you know what? Someone was saying to me, and it was really nice. He's like, I really love your show. I think you're doing really good, but obviously you need to step up your facilities. And I'm like, oh, absolutely. So we've got light. We're making steps. We're doing what we can. Oh, damn. Eddie's around. What's going on, Edward? Good to see you, dude. Oh, it's going to be a heck of a show tonight, man. Everyone who is here, let us know. We have an absolutely awesome show, as always. Have you ever watched a bad show of ours? I don't think so. I haven't seen it. Of course, I don't go back and rewatch them. But hey, yeah, like, share, comment, all that kind of stuff. Like I said, we have a really great show. I said it before, we had a blast at Comic Palooza. It was awesome, and I met so many cool people. And tonight, I get to interview one of those really cool people. Ray Garza is in the house. He's going to talk about his book that's on Kickstarter right now, Tank McGregor. Wendy and I perused the internet. Pardon me?
It's actually called Tank McGregor and the Cosmic Colossus.
Ooh, I like that a lot. That made me want to curse. Like, I almost was like, that's effing awesome, because it is that's a very, very science fiction-y name. I like that a lot. That's badass, dude. All right, cool. Well, then you know what? Why are we talking about the title? Why are we talking about the man? Why don't we come back right after this and chat with them? Let's do it, everybody.
You'll make this rather snappy, won't you? I have some very heavy thinking to do before 10 o'clock.
What's going on, Ray?
How's it going? Thanks for having me.
Dude, I honestly, so excited. It was funny because you had a bunch of people at your booth, and then whenever we'd hang out, there was a bunch of people around. So this is our first chance, really, to just chat, you and I.
Yeah, exactly. And I even asked you your podcast, and you're like, oh, yeah, I don't know. I might not have the space or whatever. And I'm like, oh, that sucks. And then, like, last minute, you're like, hey, opened up. Can you do it? I'm like, yes, I want to do this.
I'm so glad, and I'm so glad you did, dude. Super. Like, I had such a great time at Comic Palooza. Like, really, it was. I went to C2E2. Like, I did so many shows, but for some reason, that show was so much fun and has so much to do with you guys and with all the people we ended up hanging out with. So, thank you for that.
Thank you for that. Yeah, it was. Comic Palooza was like my second, not my first really big one, and my second Comic-Con, like, overall. So,
wow.
Getting to meet you and everybody else that I met there, it was just it was so fun and it was so crazy. Like, to me now, it like the bar for like other Comic-Cons. Like, now if I don't meet all these great people, I'm gonna be like, well, it sucked this year.
So you're still pretty new in the comic world.
Yeah, pretty much. I mean, like, from the moment I started making comics to now, it's been like 5 years. But actually going to Comic-Cons, it's been like a year.
Yeah. So we got Tank McGregor and the Cosmic Colossus. Is that what I was told? Yeah? Okay. Yeah. And now, here's the funny thing. I was thinking about researching it and whatnot, but I was like, no, I'm excited to hear it straight from you because I know that my partner bought a copy of it. It's a graphic novel, right?
Yes, it's a graphic novel. Pretty thick, too.
Dude, it is. How many pages is that bad boy?
It's 175 pages of unadulterated sci-fi action comedy gold, baby.
Dude, okay, see, you got me at the comedy and sci-fi, hell, all of it. I love all of it, and it's just, dude. I even like got to flip through and check it out. Who's your artist?
I'm my artist. Yeah, it's me.
Oh, dang. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So you're a one-man machine?
Almost. So I do have the colors being made by someone else. Michael Woods, who's actually a resident of Houston. I just recently learned. He does my colors. I met him through like his website or through some Craigslist. I actually have never seen him in real life. I've never spoken to him. I've never heard his voice. It's all been email for 5 years, just back and forth. And he's done 2 of my books at this point. So it's like, I feel like I know him, but I don't know him. So it's like, yeah.
He
He does all my colors.
Dude, that's really cool, man. No, and I dig the art too. You did a really good job on it.
Thanks, I appreciate it.
Where did you get your start as an artist?
I mean, I've always been like my whole life. I've drawn and doodled, and I loved all sorts of like messing with that medium and painting and drawing and pencils. But my trajectory in life led me more towards film and filmmaking. It's my passion, is what I really wanted to do. So I didn't leave drawing and art behind. I've always been doing it like on the side, but like film has always been my jam. And at some point, film just got a lot harder to do because you need a whole crew. You got to be dependent on so many people, and it's so costly that I basically it slowed down a lot for me. I just couldn't do it. I didn't want to work on other people's films. I didn't want to be like pulling cables on someone else's vision, you know. So I wasn't getting it out creatively. So I started going back to all the scripts I'd ever written and all the stories I'd done, and just realized, well, I mean, I can draw. Might as well just like get my stories out that way, and that's how Tank McGregor came to be. You know.
Dang. So Tank is your first book?
Tank McGregor and the Mechanical Menace was my first book. So Tank McGregor and the Cosmic Colossus is my second book.
Oh wow! How big is the first one?
125 pages.
Oh dang! So let it be said about Ray Garza, you don't do anything small.
I can't help it. Because I just know, I found out after I finished these books that like most people say they got to start small and they try like very hard to like at least get like one like 25-page issue out there. And to me, I knew like what my story was going to be. And I knew if I like started at 25, I wasn't going to like finish the story ever. So I fucking said, do it all in one go, you know?
That's great. Well, and you know, one reason why a lot of us do the 25 pages is because we can't afford to do 100 and some odd pages, you know? So that's a pretty great, like, if I could draw, I'd be right there with you doing the same thing. Like, let's just do a graphic novel and get it done.
Yeah. I mean, that's one of the things I loved about comic book making is that I didn't have to depend on anyone. Sure, the colors. Yeah. But when I started making Tank 1, I wasn't even planning on making a book. I was just drawing it for the sake of getting out my creative outlet, you know, like it was just a hobby that I would do every now and then. And before I knew it, I had a book that I then decided to get colored, you know. But the idea that I don't have to depend on, you know, a cinematographer or, you know, this person or that person to just have it all done. I could just go to my office and sit down and just start drawing and take my time with it. That's what's most appealing to me about comic books, being completely self-sufficient.
So as someone who, you know, you said you were getting into, you know, you've done film and that was all your major jam. What was it about comics? Like, do you have a background in comics? Like, as far as your basically, like, did you read them a lot as a child, or are you newer to the world, or?
I didn't read them a lot as a child. Mainly, I think because I couldn't really grasp the English language yet. But I like my mom would leave me like at the convenience store while she went shopping. She would leave me in the magazine section, and I would just like look at the drawings. Right, I basically like looking back at my memories. I experienced the death and rebirth of Superman through just pictures. You know, I never read the books, but I remember seeing them in the stalls. Aside from that, like the only experience I had making comics was when I was like 7 and I made like Spider-Man meets the Phantom, you know, like and just drew it. And I would do like Legend of Zelda, like one panel, you know, and I just do like giant books like that. Aside from that, no, I had never really done comics or had it. Not that I didn't have an interest in making comics, but it just never occurred to me that I could do a full comic. And at some point, I think in like my college years, actually, it was my high school years. I discovered Hellboy and I discovered the work of Mike Mignola, and that led me to Frank Miller's Sin City and all of Frank Miller's stuff. And I mean, I just kind of went. It was a gateway drug to like everything they've done. So from there, I just started reading all their stuff.
Dude, that's really cool, man. So I knew. I mean, you're originally from Mexico. I'm originally from Canada. So we're two foreigners here in Central Texas hanging out. I had several friends who grew up speaking French, and I remember being on film set, doing one of my first indie films, and chatting with a guy, and he was hilarious. And he and I would joke around all the time. And I said, dude, you are funny. Why are you so damn funny? He said, honestly, I learned English from the Police Academy movies. I was like, really? He's like, that's where I really got my start as far as English. If there was something that you would say that you took a lot of your English from, what would that be?
Well, my parents owned a video store in Mexico, so I just had like my pick of the litter on whatever, like on a bunch of different films and stuff. So I don't know if there was one specific one. I'd watch a lot of cartoons. I'd watch a lot of Schwarzenegger movies. In terms of like what shaped my personality and my humor, I would say like Van Damme in general.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice. No, I love
that. I'm not out there like roundhouse kicking people or anything, but like I think, and I thought about this before. I think just like not just like Van Damme, but like the idea of like the action hero who it's about right and wrong. He does the right thing and all that. I mean, I think that did kind of like affect my personality, and gave me the sense of right and wrong. Just from movies.
Was there a lot of that came into Tank McGregor, or were there other things that really inspired that?
Definitely. I mean, Tank McGregor himself is an amalgamation of all the action heroes of the 80s and 90s that I watched growing up. He has to do the right thing. He goes by the book, by the contract, and it's actually kind of to his detriment at some point. But just like the badassness of it, and not just like Van Damme, Schwarzenegger. I also really loved like Michael Dudikoff, which a lot of people don't know about, but like he's a huge inspiration from like American Ninja 4 and like all the also like B, C movie ones. They're all like mixed together into this one character, and not just real people, but like the fictional characters as well. I mean, the guy kind of looks like RoboCop mixed with Judge Dredd, and he's got like the Rocketeer's like a jacket. It's just a bunch of different things that I just really loved. Like I thought, what is badass about anything? And I just put a badass into a jar and like molded it into him.
I'm just imagining like the A-Team when they're all getting dressed up and you see like the different parts they're putting together and you're just like, all right, so he's got to have the Rocketeer's jacket. He's got to have this thing. I love that idea. You can see actually when you said Judge Dredd, I was like, dude, that helmet, like totally, like I feel that.
Yeah. And I mean, the helmet, mostly Judge Dredd because the helmet never comes off. Not so much the design of it. The design of it came from like a Johnny Mnemonic VR headset that I saw him wear in the movie. What I do with him though is like he's not just like this amalgamation of these characters, because I feel like those characters from the 80s and 90s, you put them in a movie today, they don't really work. They're too ridiculous. Yeah. So that's what Tank McGregor is. He's like a ridiculous version of them, right? Because he's badass and all this, but it's also very self-referential to how that type of character would really be in a world. He's ridiculous. Yeah. He has all these one-liners, but they're ridiculous one-liners. They don't make any sense. Most of the time, the other side of the conversation is people asking him, like, what? Like, what are you saying? Like, what? But to him, he can do no wrong. He's super confident.
I love a good screwed up one-liner. There's something about it that just makes me laugh my ass off. Like a Family Guy when he kicked someone's butt and then all of a sudden he looks over and he's like, I'll have what she's having. Like, what? That's not a badass thing at all. What are you doing? So, yeah, I love that idea.
In the first book, I have one where he like he blasts some guy's head open, and his head is like open like a canoe, and he just goes like, "That's what I call fast food." Like
it's so dumb. It's funny. I love that.
Yeah, exactly. That's my whole thing.
No, dude, that's awesome. We're looking at the Kickstarter right now. Dude, what are some, I mean, I think a lot of the people here are probably really new to you and to Tank. What are some really good, like, intro things that you think that people will want to check out that maybe they don't see on other Kickstarters?
Well, we do have a whole bunch of different rewards, not just my books, right? So you can get the basic tiers where you can pledge and get Cosmic Colossus. If you missed out on the first book, you can pledge a tier that gets you the first book and the second book, either digital or physical. Tank McGregor is published by Lesser Known Comics, LKC. So we also have a whole catalog of comics by a whole bunch of other different creators, really talented people. So you got tiers that you can see what they've made and you can get their stuff. You got Bigfoot Knows Karate by Dan Price. You got Yuriko and Nerida by David Lujan. All great books. So you can look at those tiers and see if there's anything that like fits your fancy. You know, we got sci-fi, we got horror, we got all sorts of genres. There's also a tier in there for giving books to children's hospitals. So a quick story, one of the creators at LKC, Doug Knight, made this book called Super Wicked White Cell Squadron. And if you pledge that tier, 2 of those books go to children's hospitals. I'm not sure where, because he handles that. But and the cool thing about Doug Knight is that he's a very unique creator in the sense that he's actually legally blind, but he still draws and colors and makes these comics himself. And they're like great. It's great art. Like if you look at one of the tiers, it's in there. Like you'll see it, and it's like this does not look like someone who is blind. You know.
That's pretty awesome though, because if someone does talk crap about his art, he can just be like, "I'm blind, whatever," you know, like.
Yeah.
That's pretty awesome.
I haven't been able to talk crap yet.
Right. So my co-host Wendy, she usually doesn't jump into these, but actually she was something you said excited her. What were you going to say there, Wendell?
Oh, I was going to talk about I saw the add-on for the books to be sent to the Children's Hospital.
Oh, okay.
Something unique and very cool.
Yeah.
So for $5, someone can add on the 2 books to get sent to the Children's Hospital. I think that's awesome.
Oh, absolutely. And I think that's great too. Like you can just throw in an extra $5 and this really cool thing happens. So guys, when you do check out the Kickstarter, because you know what we say here, we really want you at least to go check it out, share it off if you can't, you know, if it's not for you, because of course no story is for everybody. If it's not for you, share it off, show it off, talk about it, because, you know, one of you guys is going to win this awesome book today. So please share it, show it off. But when you do, and let's say you're going through and you decide, dude, I love this book, I really want to check it out, throw in that extra $5 because I love that idea. I think that's awesome, man.
Yeah, it's really cool. It definitely, I mean, it's all Doug Knight's thing, you know, so the fact that I get to put it into mine makes me seem like such an awesome person, and I didn't really have to do much.
Yeah, but you could have been a douche and said no, right? Like, it was an option. It's not a great one.
I guess they could have been like, no, screw those kids.
Right? Nah, throw that in the book at some point. That sounds like a great villain. Just somebody who has the chance to do really good stuff and is just like, no, that feels like a lot of extra work, but it's really not. Yeah, but it feels like it.
Every one of his plans revolves around screwing over children's hospitals. That's a good villain.
I love it. Why is he trying to defeat children's hospitals? That sounds like a lot of fun.
The principle of the matter.
Right? It's because they're segregating. Okay,
Yeah.
Why can't they just have a hospital for everybody? No, it's just for kids. What's that crap about?
Every young kid today could be a potential Hitler tomorrow, so you never know.
Dude, I will gladly write that with you. That's fun. See, Eddie says, now that's a Kickstarter pitch. Screw the children's hospital. See, that's why I love chatting with other people who are into comedy, because, oh, dude, you never know what silly, stupid idea can become something fun. And that's what's great about comics, I think, is I feel like comics are a little more open to those sillier ideas than, say, like movies. Is that a fair statement?
Movies, man, I have like a love-hate with movies because obviously, like, filmmaking background, I love movies. I'm a passion. You know, I grew up with movies, but like, I feel like the way that movies have like shifted in that maybe it was always like this and I just grew older and realized it more, but like it's so corporate now and everything's such a checklist of things you got to like check, and it's all not about the art anymore. It's about like hitting every single possible demographic, you know. It's just not the same anymore. So yeah, like comics, you can do whatever the hell you want, especially if you're an independent comic creator. Independent movie creators as well can do whatever they want, but like studios who have the power to distribute are going to be like, no. At least with comic creators, it's a lot more, not that it's super easy, but it's easier to you yourself get a booth at a convention somewhere and just start throwing your book out there, you know, and showing it, put it in people's hands. It's very hard to do that with movies because, you know, every creative idea and like different idea is not gelling with the studio executives, you know?
Yeah. No, I totally feel you that way. And I mean, movies has always had this kind of, not always, but a lot of times, kind of has like a pompous feel to it that comics has just never had. Like, we talk bad about ourselves. So, yeah, like, I think it's very different mediums.
And it's one of the things I loved about the comic book community. I just started dipping my feet into this community like 3 years ago. And just everybody I've met is like so good and like genuinely want to help you out, and help you and see your art and like buy your book or like show you their book and like let's collaborate or let's not collaborate, but let's fucking help each other out, In film world, it's like dog eat dog. Like everyone's like out looking for themselves. It's all their idea. Hey, that was my idea. We work on something together. Hey, who gets the rights is always like the first like conversation, which is like, it's the whole other world,
Yeah, it's funny because you and I are having this very serious conversation, but then the chat is going crazy about St. Jude's Hospital, like just talking crap about him, more like St. Rude's Hospital. That's David Moore. And so they're just kind of like attacking children's hospitals while you and I are having this intelligent debate about the future of cinema.
Guys, that was not the intention. We're not commenting on children's hospitals. Oh my God, what have we created?
Right, but it went, dude. I'm happy with it. I think that's fun. So we do have to wrap up in just a little bit, but why don't you give us the pitch? Tell us all about Tank McGregor, because we got some people in here. Get them really excited for that Kickstarter of yours, because guys, I want you to at least check it out, share it around. If it's not for you, if it is, remember you can pick up a book and certainly pledge some books to some kids at a children's hospital. Maybe not St. Jude's. It is all about balance. That's right, David. Yeah, go ahead. Sorry, Ray.
Yeah, so Tank McGregor and the Cosmic Colossus is the second book in the Tank McGregor series. You do not have to have read the first one to enjoy the second one. They are both self-contained adventures, but the character of Tank McGregor does follow an arc. So if you are interested in the first one, you can also get it in the Kickstarter through one of the tiers there. Tank McGregor and the Mechanical Menace. Tank McGregor hunts down a sex robot who has recently gone sentient. That's in that one. In this one, Tank McGregor, you find him in a very different place from where he was in the first one. Because of the events that have occurred in the first one, here he's a little less confident. He's very he's lost his job. He doesn't know what he wants to do next with his life, and suddenly he's being contacted by a race of theocratic people who are recently misplaced their god. They worship a very literal god who they keep in their basement, and it's just been robbed. And they hire Tank McGregor to go find their god. So it sounds very deep and philosophical, but it's wrapped around very ridiculous Futurama-ish scenarios.
I love that. Oh, and now you make me want to. I wish I'd done some Futurama trivia, because dang, that to me that's probably one of the greatest sci-fi shows. Like, just absolutely brilliant.
Yeah, I would kill that Futurama trivia. By the way, I would kill it. But
dude,
for sure. I don't think I've seen like one of the later seasons. I may have missed one season or not. Yeah, you did hear sex robot, sentient sex robot. Yeah.
Oh, that's great. See, Larissa. Oh, thank you, Larissa. That's awesome. So glad everybody's out there checking it out. Dude, it's such a good series, and it's funny because I feel like that's a series that has ended multiple times, and every time it's ended really well. Like the very last episode, to me, was absolutely brilliant and poignant, and that's hilarious, and that's where they're at their best. And now they're bringing it back again, so I'm super excited for that. Yeah, where he, yeah.
Mm-hmm, yeah, I remember.
Yeah, such a good episode. We do have to head out, though. Everyone is already checking out the Kickstarter. They're all excited. Pardon me? I know, that's what I was going to say. I love it. Wendy's right there cracking the whip. Like, you got to get the prize. Not, you're dead on. So what are people going to win today? What are they going to take home from the Ray Garza tonight when one of them wins?
If one of you wins, you will get a free copy of Tank McGregor and the Cosmic Colossus. And hey, why not? I'll throw in a sticker in there as well.
Dude!
Cool Tank McGregor sticker.
That's awesome. And that's like 100 and some odd pages, guys. So that's 170. Dude, you can't go wrong there, guys. That's absolutely awesome. Ray, thank you so much for coming out, dude. I can't wait to do this again sometime. Everybody, go check out Tank McGregor on Kickstarter right now. Ray, you're awesome. I really appreciate you, man.
Chuck, likewise. Thanks for having me. This was a lot of fun.
Absolutely, man. All right, guys, we're going to be right back after these for some awesome kick-ass trivia. See you in a second.
Join the party.
Head over to our link tree to find all the links for everywhere the experience is all the time. Why was Princess Zelda sad after watching a bunch of YouTube videos? She couldn't find a link in the description. We'll stop if you subscribe to our YouTube channel. It's super easy. Click subscribe and click the bell when you do. And thanks for supporting the EXP.
Comic Collectibles is a pretty straightforward show. You got Rex here, he sells the comics, and you got Rockin' Robbie, he knows about the comics. And finally, John, well, no one really knows what John does. I mean, don't get me wrong, he's a great guy, but he just keeps showing up. Come to think of it, I don't even really know how he gets in here. Anyway, awesome comics, rare books, rarer signatures, slabbed books, and amazing cover sketches by Ken Hazer and others. Simple formula. You want the comics? You buy the comics. To sum up, Rex sells the comics, Robbie knows the comics, and John, who might possibly be a ghost. I mean, seriously, has anyone ever seen him show up or leave? Comic Collectibles with Rex and John, Mondays from 6 to 8 Eastern on The Experience. Comic Culture and Sales.
Go follow The Experience on TikTok at @the_EXP1 or scan the QR code on the screen. Our TikTok is like everywhere else we are, except you only have to deal with us for a minute. Seems like a win-win to me.
You make this rather snappy, won't you? I have some very heavy thinking to do before 10 o'clock.
Man, guys, I love meeting and hanging out with new people. It was so good having Ray Garza on here, guys. And I really do. I hope that you guys go check out Tank McGregor on Kickstarter right now. It does look like a lot of fun. My good buddy and table mate, Doug Brown, he picked up a copy. I should have. I didn't. I have such a hard time because I always have a very limited budget at these things. And I'm afraid, like you buy one, then you buy another and another and another, and suddenly I'm leaving with like several $100s worth of books. It's like, God dang. So often I trade my books actually just to find a way to make it happen. But anyways,
I checked out his Kickstarter though, and that book's 175 pages. It's only $20.
yeah.
And you can get both books physical for $38, and that $38
Wow.
for both of them, and that's 300 pages of story.
Holy crap, guys.
Yeah.
Check that out. Yeah, we're going to look into that too. That's a really good deal too. Like that's stupid good. So especially like on Kickstarter where you can get a regular 24-page book for like $10. So yeah, that's a huge deal.
And then for $5 you can send some books to a schmoozy hospital.
So down with the children's hospital conglomerates. Guys, shout out if you're here. I'm excited because, like I said, I love hanging out with new people, but I also love trivia, and that's what we're here for now. Me and my awesome co-host, Wendy Gale. Wendy Gale, what's going on, lady?
I'm just waiting for trivia.
You're so just calm, cool. You're patient. You have to be because you're married to me.
Right. Wednesday's my Sunday. I've had a day off already, and by this point, I'm just kind of nice and relaxed and ready to have some fun.
Sweet. All right, gang. Let us know that you're here. Like, comment. Well, you're already commenting, obviously. Share both the YouTube and, if you could, tag McGregor on Kickstarter. Tell everybody all about it because one of you guys is going to win a sweet, sweet book. And you know what? I know I've held back long enough. What do you say, Wendy? Time for question number one?
All right, number one.
Actually, sorry, wait, real quick, because it looks like we do have some new people in here. So here's what happens. You guys can win this awesome. Good luck with the trivia portion of the show. Well, unfortunately, dinner is ready. Oh no, I'm sorry, Stevie. That stinks. If you get done early, come on back, man. Just eat it quick, or turn it. What's that?
Inhale it.
Yeah, I was gonna say, just throw it in the blender, turn it into a smoothie. You're good to go. Spaghetti smoothie or whatever. But yeah, so just for those of you guys who haven't played the game before, we do trivia. You can answer as many times as you want, as much as you want. If you see somebody else gets an answer that looks right, steal their answer. First person to answer first gets 3 points. Second gets 2, and then we give out 1 point for pretty much everybody. And especially if you've got like a really funny answer or something, we give out special points. So let's do it. Yeah, see, even Lyle says, "Wolf it down." So you know what? Now I think we're ready for question number one.
All right, number one. What famous wreckage site is a submersible pod stuck at with 5 people aboard and only about a day's worth of oxygen remaining?
Ooh, yeah, this is one I had to tell Wendy about because she was not aware of it. It's all over the news. So if you watch the news, you're going to jump all over this. And if you don't, you're going to go, wait, what? Oh, yeah, see, boom, boom, boom. We're getting answers right away. Good for you guys. We already have the right answer. So everybody else, steal their answer and get yourself some points. Eddie, Ed Weird, my man, he's got 3 points. Steve Vendetta gets 2. And then everybody else, yeah, dude. Last we checked, they had like 30 hours of air left. Supposedly, I don't know an awful lot about what's going on, but supposedly it's like they can't even. I mean, they're way under the sea, but like it's bolted in, so they're gonna have to somehow find a way up, and then someone would have to unbolt them. So yeah, it's a very scary thing, but also let's be honest, probably not the brightest thing to do with your time and money. Sometimes I wish I had more money. St. Jude's Children's Hospital's basement. That's funny. It is very tragic. I agree. No, Steve, it didn't. Sorry. A lot of times, what will happen is yours will appear first because because it's your connection. We see how it actually appears. So yeah, he literally, like, you guys were within seconds. So. They're sending one of our nuclear subs there to try to help because they heard banging. Oh, okay, good. So yeah, Eddie first, then Steve, and then Larissa, Lyle, everybody. All right, cool. Wendy, question number 2.
All right, number 2. Which city along with Laredo, Texas, is the most important trade border crossing of Latin America, with approximately 8,500 trucks crossing the border into the U.S. each day?
So it's a Mexican city, correct? Yeah. Not an easy one because it's not a city I've heard of before. But what's funny is that the whole reason we got this question is because it's actually where Ray is originally from. I don't remember if he mentioned it. Tijuana. Oh, okay. So we got some good ones here. El Paso.
Ciudad.
Is it Ciudad?
Yeah, it's Ciudad Juarez. No.
No. But great answers so far, guys.
I actually visited this city when I was about 3 or 4. I actually have some little snippets of memory of being there. I remember we bought these little wicker-backed, children-sized chairs and ponchos.
Is it on the other side of the border from Laredo?
Yes.
So there's a New York. If there was a Mexican version, what would it be called? Steve Vendetta says Laredo, and you guys are close. It's not Laredo because Laredo is the American one. What is the Mexican version? Not New Laredo, but not Mexico City.
No, that's not on the border.
Tito Mama.
Oh, did we finally stump our audience?
I think we did. Well, no, but they're doing. There we go. Now we got some. There we are. Old Laredo. Well, that's good. That's actually a really good answer, Steve. You know what?
Okay, I guess Laredo would be considered. Oh no.
I don't know which one. Yeah.
I don't know.
You know what? Just because it's hilarious, let's give Steve the 2 points.
No, Eddie actually got it second.
Yeah, that's okay. Yeah, you're right. But still, okay. Points all around. That's right, gang. It is Nuevo Laredo. Born and raised in South Detroit. Good to know. Wendy?
Yeah.
Do we have another question?
No, I stopped at 2.
Oh, dude. So now I got to vamp for the next, 23 minutes?
No.
Let's all go to the lobby. Let's all go to the lobby. Okay. Wendy, what's question number 3?
Number 3. What year was the first tank called Little Willie completed?
What year was the first tank called Little Willie completed? It's funny, I got to research it, and the tank literally, it was the first one built. They literally only did one, and while they were building it, they already realized where they could do things better, and by the time it was made, they had already created a better version of it. And very shortly afterwards, they had new versions, which of course ended up going into.
World War
I wasn't gonna say the war. I was just gonna say the next war. That's okay. You gave them a hint, but they didn't really need it because people are. I think we already have 2 people with the right answer. Lyle got it first, and then Eduardo. That's right, gang. 1915. Little Willie, and dude, that thing, top speed. Not even kidding you. 2 miles an hour, top speed.
one. Actually, Eddie got it second.
Did Eddie get a second?
Yeah.
Yeah, I thought that's what I said.
Oh. Okay. Then I'm searching.
So yeah, Lyle, and then Eddie, and then Larissa and Steve. Well, we'll just keep. Dude, giving everybody points is so much fun because I have to watch Wendy fiercely type and make sure everyone gets points and everything. It's kind of fun. This is the closest to vengeance that a husband can get without having to sleep on the couch. Must be a smart tank. It's smart, but it's slow. Wendy, question number 4.
Yeah, I think this kind of falls into the whole we talked a lot about kind of comedy and comics and stuff and movies. But I think this kind of falls at least slightly under that umbrella because it's very comedic to me. What is the name of the deity in Pastafarianism?
Yeah. What is the deity in Pastafarianism? So one of the things that when we asked Ray, what are the genres and ideas, because that's what we like to do, is take genres and themes from his book and from his life and do trivia about them. And so he talked about kind of false religion. So I remembered about this. So Pastafarianism is a religion. It's basically kind of a religion in the idea that it's just made to make fun of other religions.
But it is recognized.
It is recognized, though. It's not Jah. So I'm going to give this one to you guys again. Pastafarianism. That is the so not Rastafarianism. Pastafarianism. So knowing that it's Pastafarianism, what do you think it might be? And actually, it came up in 2006 because in Kansas, they were talking about trying to make it so that evolution would be taught along with creationism. And so they didn't like that. Oh, see, Stephen Vendetta's in the house. He got this one. And so there was a certain man who was fighting against it, and he happened to mention the, the levitating linguini creature. That's a pretty good guess, buddy.
That's just as good enough answer as their actual answer.
Right? Yeah, the flying spaghetti monster, which is now an absolute, it's actually a recognized religion. Whatever, like the world isn't already weird enough.
With us.
Lofty lasagna. Oh, dude, I love lasagna. What a great call. So Steve Vendetta gets the 3 points. Eddie gets the 2. And then we're going to make sure that everybody else, Larissa, Lyle, everybody else gets some points. Macaroni Man. Yeah, make sure to throw some answers in there. But yeah, we got you. Well, and actually, they did answer. They weren't correct.
Yeah, they did.
Yeah. Okay. Are we already on question 5?
We are, and then I think we're going to probably take a break after that.
I don't think that's a bad idea at all. Yeah. Okay.
All right, number 5. Which book, mostly considered to be in the horror genre, is also considered to be the first science fiction book written?
So which book, also very much considered to be in the horror genre, is considered to be the first science fiction book? You guys think about that. Throw us your answers. We will come back right after this break.
Did you know that every experience show, including some exclusive content, streams on Twitch? Check it out. Twitch.tv/the_EXP. Or just scan that QR code. What if Hans Gruber from Die Hard had to battle the Joker from Batman the Animated Series in a dance battle? Or who would win in a race between Baby from Baby Driver and Snidely Whiplash? If Austin Powers and Shrek found themselves in a hot dog eating contest, who would emerge victorious? These are the questions we talk about on Nerd Killer Warfare. Debate the most absurd questions you've ever heard in popular culture. Register now by scanning the QR code or visiting bit.ly/EXP casting. You know how when you go to Comic-Con, after Comic-Con, you go to the hotel bar, and there's a whole bunch of people playing music and dancing, and you've got Pikachu and Lara Croft Tomb Raider doing the cha-cha slide just down from Deadpool and Batman and Wonder Woman? That's every Saturday night over on the Experience Twitch channel. Join Taji Beats for the EXP Dance Party, exclusively on Twitch, twitch.tv/the_EXP.
You make this rather snappy, won't you? I have some very heavy thinking to do before 10 o'clock.
And we're back. Guys, Wendy was just giving me the update on points. It is close, like so close. First and second are a point apart, and third place, there's a tie for third place. So, guys, this is still very much anybody's game. Anyone can take it. Remember, we're playing for that awesome book that's on Kickstarter right now. Yeah, thank you so much, JD. That's right. Register there for your prizes. Kickstarter right now. Tank McGregor and the Cosmic Colossus. Pick it up, and then throw some extra money to give some money to kids. But anyways, that package is for the tonight's winner. And we did get the correct answer from our question, which was, what is considered, though often seen as a horror movie or a horror novel, what is considered to be the first science fiction novel? It is Frankenstein, Mary Shelley's Frankenstein. It's funny because a lot of the answers you guys threw out there were also the answers that Wendy was saying when I asked her the question earlier. War of the Worlds, Dracula, all those ones. War of the Worlds, for me, I actually have a bit of, and I don't know if I've told you the story, but I have a little bit of a trauma when it comes to that. Because my dad, when I was very, very young, he had the rock opera on record. Yeah, I'm that old, record, vinyl. And I opened it and it was just gory and bloody and disgusting. And it made it very difficult for me to ever get into horror. I was way too sensitive. So I'm slowly getting into it. And I do love Frankenstein. Such a great novel. So, yeah, anyways, there we are. Points all around. Everybody's doing terrific. That was question number 5. Wendy, are you ready for question number 6?
Yes.
What?
I'm just going to skip one and go to the next.
We've done it before.
I do have a 6. I don't have to ask it in the 6th position.
That's true. You can move on.
So I'm not even going to tell you if this is question number 6, but it is going to be the 6th question that
It's going to ruin me, guys. This is going to, because now my anxiety, I'm never going to know. It's going to screw me up. All right. Next question,
right.
Whichever number it may be.
Okay. The next question, the 6th question that I'm asking, which iconic sci-fi movie franchise was said to be cursed as every odd-numbered film seemed to flop at the box office?
I'm certain JD's going to know this answer.
Oh,
For
yeah.
some reason, I just know JD knows this answer. And here's the funny thing. I did not. Wendy was super surprised I didn't know, but I was not aware of this. Supposedly, every other, I almost said the franchise. Every other movie in this franchise ends up not doing well. It's sci-fi, remember, Larissa. And we do, oh wow, we already do have the answers. All right, cool. Yeah, that's right, Star Trek. And I was like, really? I mean, Search for Spock was a great movie, but, apparently it didn't do that terrific. And was number 4 was it 4 or 5 that had the whales?
No, that was 5.
Oh, well, that's why it sucked. Yeah. Okay.
That is absolutely my least favorite.
I only like it because it's so terrible. I got into, and Wendy would know this, I got into Star Trek much older because, I don't know, because she liked it so much, and for my family, it just wasn't our thing. 4 was the whales, and it's my favorite. Good for you, Eddie. There we go. So, we got another question. Whatever question it might be. It's technically the 7th.
Yes.
All right.
Yes. Okay, so the 7th question. When was the comic book Tank Girl first published by Deadline Comics?
I love that we took the idea of Tank McGregor and we even peeled apart the name and did trivia just based on the name. We have a bit of a McGregor question coming up later. So yeah. Anyways, what year was the first Tank Girl comic published? I got this wrong. I thought it was earlier than it was because, of course, the movie came out.
All of you guys are guessing.
Wow, yeah, you guys are guys. The movie came out in 1995. So, Eddie, so far you're closest. Yeah. Wendy, do we have a correct?
Right answer.
Pardon me?
We have a correct answer.
Okay. I assume Eddie got the correct answer.
Yes.
Yeah, but he also put up 30 answers.
Well,
so
no, but nobody else has gotten the correct answer yet.
I know, but they'll look and they'll be like, "Well, let's start."
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, let's start answering his 15 answers. Okay, Eddie, you don't have to answer anymore. You're already you got your 3 points. Hey, you said answer as many as I want. All right, fair enough. You're right. You're not wrong. He's just 19 blah blah, 19 blah blah, 19 blah blah blah. Eddie, if you don't know, that's the way to do it, man. 1492.
Yeah, Christopher Columbus had it in his backpack.
Right? Would that make it El Tank Girl?
I guess, yeah.
Because he was Spanish, right?
El Tanko something.
El Tanko. Is that racist? 1938 to 2023. Yeah, it is somewhere in there, Lyle. That's correct. Steve Vendetta, I guess Steve Vendetta's closest at this point.
He was one off.
Okay. So 1988?
Yes.
Yeah. All right. So 1988, we're going to give 3 points to Eddie, 2 points to Steve, and then points to everybody else. Okay. Yeah, there you go, Larissa. That's great. Yeah. Okay. Terrific. So, question 8. Ocho.
Numero ocho. How many Academy Awards has the Alien franchise movies won?
And just so you know, my answer was high, and I was very incorrect. So, bring down your expectations a little bit. It deserved way more than it got.
And it was only the first 2 movies that won awards.
Really?
Academy Awards.
Academy Awards, of course, yeah.
Yeah. Lyle, that's way too high. Steve, that's too low.
Larissa, so damn close.
You got an answer.
Yeah, because Eddie's picking every damn number there is. Hello, 69 is close.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And we do have a correct answer, and it is a low number.
And Larissa was super close. And Steve is super close as well. So maybe somewhere in the middle. Somewhere between 2 and 4, that's your answer. You guys can find a number in between that. Steve Vendetta came in with the answer 3. There you go. That's right.
Yeah.
It won 3 Academy Awards.
Yeah, so the first one, Alien, won for Best Visual Effects, and then Aliens won for Best Sound Effects Editing and Best Visual Effects. That's it. I was surprised.
Yeah. It should have done way better than that. Okay. That was question 8. So now we're going to do 9. I don't know what 9 is in Spanish, but I know that in French it's neuf.
In Spanish, it's nueve.
Nueve. Okay. Not nuevo.
No, nueve.
Yes. Okay, great.
Numero nueve.
Nueve. Let's go.
Which sci-fi fantasy video game franchise has sold the most units worldwide?
Which sci-fi video game franchise has sold the most units worldwide? And
Most
just so you're
people
aware,
consider it sci-fi fantasy.
and I mean, it's more than just video games, though. It didn't actually even start as video games.
Yeah.
Not Halo. Not TSR. We're talking video games. Yeah.
Doesn't know a lot about video games.
Pardon? Oh, that's right. Yeah. Battlestar Galactica. That'd be so bad. I would love a BSG flight simulator. Oh my gosh! From the most recent
Eddie,
BSG.
no.
Pardon me?
I said good guess, Eddie, but no.
Well, actually, he did get the right answer though.
Oh, we did. Oh, sorry.
Yeah.
I completely missed it. I got it.
So there is a correct answer there. So calm. That was a good game. Eddie has given us a correct answer. So everybody else, go over Eddie's answers. Yeah, not Halo. One more. StarCraft is close, but not correct.
Yeah, that's a good. I hope they didn't make a video.
Battlefield Earth, the video game. That'd be great. It'd be like 70 hours of gameplay and nothing ever happens.
Nothing that connects anyway.
Right? Just a bunch of random things.
Yeah, all these little pieces of story, and you have to try to make sense of it.
And suddenly there's credits at the end, and you're like, wait, what? I didn't even find a boss. All right. Eddie is correct. It's based off of a movie franchise, if that helps. They have comics and books, and Steve Vendetta got Star Wars. That's correct, guys. Star Wars is considered has sold the most units for video games.
For sci-fi.
Sci-fi video, yeah. There was way more other things that have done.
A lot better.
Yeah, we were looking at the video games that have made the most money, and there wasn't even any sci-fi in the top 10.
Nope.
No, and there was a lot of recent ones that actually had done really well. I think the top. Do you remember what the number one video game was?
No.
It was Minecraft.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
Minecraft, yes.
Okay. Do we have one last question?
Yeah, one more.
Okay. We're allowed to go a little bit over because our boy Henri Compan won't be on for another hour, and sadly, 360 Comics, they're not able to pull anything. They're not able to do anything today. Tetris has done really well.
Yeah. It was like number 3 or 4, I think.
Yeah.
On the list of most sold on that, not just sci-fi, but with video games in general. Yeah.
Yep.
Okay. Number 10. What play is sometimes called the Scottish play because its name is considered to be cursed?
I remember learning this in theater. What play is sometimes called the Scottish play because its name is cursed? Let's see if they can get it.
They probably don't want to type it because it's cursed.
I think it's cursed to say it aloud, and the only time you can say it is when you're rehearsing it. So if you say like a character's name or something.
The theater community.
Yeah. Like when I was in the theater community, yeah, they took that very seriously, which I thought was silly. Lyle said Godfather. That's great, dude. That is so good. Godmother? Not Godmother, but you were very close. Yeah,
we have two people with the correct
yeah.
answer.
Obviously, it's Diamonds Are Forever. Nice job, JD. Nice job. That's right, guys. It is Macbeth. That's true. Now my leg is going to break or something because I said it out loud. I always thought that was crap, and I would say it just to bug certain castmates and whatnot because they took it so seriously. I forget what they'd have to do, whether it's spitting or whatever, to try to break the curse. I would just curse more. Who cursed the Children's Hospital? Take McGregor did. That's who. Macbeth in Esperanto. That's great. Wendy is going over the points right now. Oh my gosh, I got to the very end with no problems, and all of a sudden, I'm hiccuping like mad. Oh, that's because I said Macbeth. Oh, they cursed me. Damn you, William Shakespeare! Damn you all to hell! Shakespeare! We did a lot of Star Trek stuff, so I thought, let's make fun of Khan, right? Where's the kitten? He's been enjoying time with his brother lately, so he hasn't been around much, but he's around. I'll try to get him back on my shoulder at some point because he is cute as crap.
While you still can, he's starting to get.
Yeah, he is He's just starting to grow finally. Hey, Chuck. No cursing. That's correct. Wendy, do we have a winner?
We have a winner.
Ba, 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 ba. Who's our winner?
Winner tonight is Eddie Von P.
Woo! Ed Weird is our winner. He is going to win an awesome version of Tank McGregor and the Cosmic Colossus. Guys, please go check it out on Kickstarter. We've got... Pardon me?
Register.
Oh, yeah. Make sure to register. Please share this out. Tell everybody about the show. Next week, we've got Carissa Grant on the show. We've got all sorts of awesome people happening. We've even got our boy Henri coming up pretty soon so that he can talk about some Warlion with me. It's going to be a great show. Larissa, thank you so much for showing up. Lyle.
Larissa doesn't, or sorry, I have everybody's information except Larissa. She wants to register so that at some point, if she ever gets like a digital prize or something,
yeah,
I already have her information. Then go ahead and do it now.
Yeah, it does not hurt. Yeah, Wendy keeps track of all that stuff. So Larissa, go register anyways, just so that you can get on there. And then next week,
I have everybody else.
When you win or whomever, it'll be all ready for you. So guys, thank you so much. You guys are so much fun. I had such a good show today. Wendy, did you?
Well, yeah.
It would be great if she was like, "Nah, this one actually kind of sucked."
I could have been doing something better.
Right? Guys, thank you so much for coming out. We really appreciate you. Thank you to the XP. Thank you to JD. Thank you to my awesome co-host, Wendy, and our great guest, Ray Garza. Check out his Kickstarter right now. My name is Chuck. I give a fuck. Take care, guys. See you soon.
Do you remember what it was like when you were a little kid and you got a letter in the mail? Now imagine that letter was filled with information about your favorite shows, pop culture questions, links to things you're going to want to see later, and even sneak peeks at upcoming programming here on The Experience. That's what the EXP mailing list is. Every week, we send you sneak peeks, information, and all of the relevant links for all of the shows you want to see. Sign up now on our website or scan the QR code that's on your screen right now.